Now Cook. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Check it back. Check it back. Shift. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Go. Play. Mike. Go. 59.
They run. Cook. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. He's coming. We got double up.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They go play action now. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Darren Lee coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 12.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
11.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. On third down, a run with Cohen. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this is incomplete. Jonathan Abram able to make the play defensively.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Dalvin Cook hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Slam, slam. Shift, shift. Hey, alert! Alert!
On second down now, it's Cohen. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Switch 21. Here we go. Hey, watch it. Go ahead. X3. 218.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
13. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. General West.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 33 yards that time.
Here we go. Watch the slip.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is Cohen. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Flushed out right. Finding Gabriel complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A fourth down gamble turns into a fourth down scramble, but all is well. First down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
You gonna take.
A give to Cohen. He heads right. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 12 on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. McManus's point after is good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jackson. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that. And having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Brings up second and 8 at the 41-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. On the ground, it's Cook. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Check.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing. Y'all playing the wrong football. Check. 57's the Mike. Watch 57. Hey. Ready. 57, take off.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get in the field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Here we go.
Play action. Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Now Garoppolo. He finds his target, Fuller. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he completes it to Cohen. He's got a first down and then some in midfield. And finally down at the 32-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. First down, a run with Cohen. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to see. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Ready?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, Jackson dancing to his left. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Hey, alert! 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 Go ahead, go ahead.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
21, 21.
At the 42-yard line.
Again, it's Cohen. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. Garoppolo now, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They run. This is Cohen. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd and a couple. Garoppolo. Caught by Sanu. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Here we go, here we go.
First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Back now at Lambeau. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. They run again on first down. Cook. Darren Lee there to get him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson. Rolling to his right. Shakes off the sack. Runs through the count. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. They go play action with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
65.
On first down, Cohen, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They try again with Cohen. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. I'm trying to collect.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You ain't got nothing.
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. His throw incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Not today, you are. Not today. Look, 59. Mike's 59. I can't believe they let you play. They let you play. Mike, check. 59.
On 3rd down, Jackson being chased out left. Now he'll let this one go. Deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch the run. Hey, 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
1st down, Saints.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Check 13. Check 13.
On the carry, it's Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check back. Mike, check. 59.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now a run with Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Cook. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Inside of a minute to go now, 2 timeouts left, still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Now they go screen, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. Jackson now, throwing on 4th down. Flush to his right. He's got Smith here. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This to potentially send us to overtime. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay?
And he's taken down here by the Saints. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Check. Deuce. Check.
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Packers, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4.